let's be real for a second. How many times have you sat down to actually study English, feeling super motivated, but 10 minutes later you're scrolling through TikTok or checking texts? You feel busy, right? You feel like you're doing a million things at once, so you must be productive. But at the end of the day, when you try to speak English, the words just don't come out. You feel stuck. Well, what if I told you the problem isn't that you're lazy? The problem is you're doing too much. Today, I'm going to show you how doing just one specific thing can change your entire life and finally get you fluent. Let's get into it. So, welcome back, guys. Today we are diving into a concept that sounds simple, but it's actually a total game changer. It's based on a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller. The whole vibe of this book comes down to one question, and I want you to really listen to this. The question is, what is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? I know, that's a mouthful. Let me break it down. It basically asks, what is the one domino you can push over that will knock down all the other dominoes for you? When we talk about learning English, we usually think we need to do everything. We think we need to memorize grammar rules, watch movies, read textbooks, and talk to strangers all in the same day. But honestly, that's why so many of us quit. We burn out. Modern life is crazy busy. You've got your job, your friends, your family, and your phone buzzing every 5 seconds. We have this idea that multitasking is the answer. We think, if I answer emails while I listen to a podcast, I'm being super efficient. But here is the truth that this book exposes. Multitasking is a lie. It doesn't make you faster, it makes you slower. When you try to do two things at once, your brain isn't actually doing them at the same time. It's switching back and forth, really fast. Jump, jump, jump. And every time your brain jumps, you lose focus. You lose energy. Think about it like this. If you're listening to an English conversation but you're also reading a text message from your friend, are you really listening? You're hearing noise. You aren't locking in on the meaning. You aren't picking up on the accent. Compare that to someone who just sits in a quiet room for 20 minutes. Phone is in the other room. No music. No distractions. They just listen and repeat. That person is going to learn way more in 20 minutes than the multitasker learns in 2 hours. It's not about how much time you spend, it's about the quality of that focus. Gary Keller says success isn't about being busy, it's about doing the right thing, over and over again. And this brings us to a huge myth we need to bust. We look at successful people, CEOs, athletes, fluent speakers, and we think they have perfect discipline and they work 24/7. But studies show that's not true. Successful people just have really clear priorities. They know how to say no to a bunch of stuff so they can say yes to the one thing that matters. In the world of learning English, this is huge. You'll see people trying to find the secret to how to learn any language in 6 months. They search for that magic trick, but usually, the people who actually succeed are the ones who picked one skill to focus on first. Imagine a guy who tries to do everything. He buys 3 grammar books, downloads 5 apps, and tries to write essays. But he never actually gets good at any of it because his energy is spread too thin. It's like trying to water 10 plants with 1 cup of water. All the plants are going to die. But if you pour that whole cup on just one plant, that plant is going to thrive. It's going to grow huge. So, let's apply this to you. You need to ask yourself that focusing question. What is the one thing I can do right now to improve my English? Maybe for you, right now, the answer is listening. So, you forget about the grammar books for a bit. You forget about writing. You just pour all your energy into listening for 1 hour a day. You build that one strong skill. And guess what happens? Because you can hear better, you start to understand more words. Because you understand more words, you start to speak more naturally. By focusing on one thing, you actually improved everything else. Now, let's talk about goals. We all have these massive, scary goals. I want to be fluent. I want to sound like an American. That's cool, but it's too vague. It's too big. You can't just be fluent today. We have to break it down. Don't ask, how do I become fluent? Ask, what is the one small thing I can do today to get closer to fluency? Maybe today, The answer is just, I will listen to English for 20 minutes. That's it. That is your one thing. It makes the goal feel real. It makes it possible. Let me tell you a quick story about two students. Let's call them Student A and Student B. Student A says, I'm going to master English. He studies grammar lists. He tries to write perfectly. He worries about every little mistake. He's trying to do it all. A year later, he knows a lot of rules, but he's terrified to speak. Student B says, my one thing is speaking. That's it. Every day, she talks. She talks to herself. She talks to her pets. She records her voice on her phone. She makes a ton of mistakes, but she keeps going. A year later, she's speaking confidently. She's not perfect, but she's communicating. That is the power of focus. This brings up the idea of priority. Did you know the word priority used to be singular? There was no such thing as priorities. You can only have one most important thing. If you have 5 priorities, you have none. So, how do we fit this into a schedule? I hear this all the time. I don't have time to study. Real talk, you do have time, you just don't have a clear priority. We all have the same 24 hours, but we spend a lot of it doom scrolling, watching random videos, or just being busy with stuff that doesn't matter. The author talks about something called time blocking. This is super practical. It means you make an appointment with yourself. For example, every morning from 7 o'clock a.m. to 7:30 a.m., you block that time for English. During that block, the world does not exist. No texting, no email, no checking likes on Instagram. Just you and your English practice. If you respect that time block, you turn learning into a habit. It stops being something you do if you have time, and starts being something you make time for. Now, I want to circle back to multitasking because it's a trap we all fall into. You might think, I can't listen to English while I'm cooking or driving. And yeah, that's fine for extra exposure. It's good to have English in the background. But don't fool yourself, that is not deep study. That is passive. To really level up, you need what the book calls single tasking. You need moments where you are doing nothing else. You are sitting there, maybe listening to a clip and trying to shadow it. You are fully locked in. 20 minutes of that is worth 3 hours of background listening. Also, be careful of the illusion of productivity. Multitasking makes you feel like you're hustling. It feels good, but it's an illusion. You're just tiring out your brain. And when your brain is tired, your learning becomes shallow. You won't remember what you studied tomorrow. So, let's look at the focusing question again and see how to use it for your daily life. It's like a funnel. First, you look at the big picture. What's the one thing I can do this year? Maybe it's get comfortable having a 10-minute conversation. Okay, cool. So, what's the one thing I can do this month to hit that goal? Maybe it's find a speaking partner. Then, what's the one thing I can do today? Maybe it's download a language exchange app. See how that works? You take a scary big dream and turn it into a tiny action you can do right now. Now, let's talk about a major struggle. Fear. Specifically, the fear of missing out. You might think, if I only focus on listening, I'm going to forget how to read. My grammar is going to get worse. Trust me, that won't happen. Skills support each other. If you focus on speaking, your brain has to work fast. You naturally start to stop translating in your head because you don't have time to translate when you're speaking. That helps your listening. It helps your grammar. When you strengthen the core, the whole body gets stronger. Another huge point the book makes is about willpower and energy. We usually try to study at the worst times. We wait until 10 p.m., after work, after the gym, after dealing with family drama. We open the book, read 2 sentences, and fall asleep. Then we beat ourselves up and say, I have no discipline. It's not about discipline. It's about biology. Your brain has a battery. By the end of the day, the battery is dead. You need to identify when your energy is high. If you are a morning person, do your one thing in the morning. Protect that time. Do the hard stuff when you have the most energy. Save the easy stuff like watching a show in English for when you're tired. And please, keep your plans realistic. Don't be that person who says, I'm going to study for 3 hours every single day, and then quits after 3 days. Consistency wins every time. It is way better to do 20 minutes every day for a year than to do 5 hours once a month. Small habits create big results. You also have to get comfortable saying number. This is hard. People will ask for your time. Your phone will beg for your attention. But if you say yes to everything, you are saying no to your own goals. When you are in your time block, you have to be selfish with your time so you can be generous with your success later. And hey, don't strive for perfect balance. The author says balance is kind of a myth. Sometimes, you need to go all in on English. Maybe for 3 months, you are obsessed. That's okay. You can balance things out later. But to get momentum, sometimes you have to get a little unbalanced. Finally, let's talk about guilt. If you miss a day, don't panic. Don't quit. Just get back to it tomorrow. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to keep showing up. So, let's wrap this up with a quiet moment to really let this sink in. We talked about a lot today. We talked about focus. We talked about how multitasking destroys your progress. We talked about time blocking. But really, it all comes down to that one simple idea. You don't change your life by trying to fix everything at once. You change your life by picking one meaningful thing and doing it until it sticks. Then you pick the next thing. So, I have a challenge for you. Don't just close this video and go back to scrolling. Ask yourself the question, what is the one thing I can do today to improve my English? Just one thing. And then, go do it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on another episode. If this video helped you clarify your goals, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to keep leveling up your skills with simple, powerful advice, make sure you subscribe to 10-Minute English Academy. Take care of your focus, protect your time, and remember, you aren't just learning a language, you're building your future. See you in the next one.